Welcome back to your Thriving Through Your Cycle series. This week, we're talking about the luteal phase and preventing PMS and food cravings during this phase, as this phase comes right before your period. But for those of you that don't know me, I'm Phyllis Thompson, your favorite hormone hacking coach for weight loss. In every single one of my videos, you'll walk away with at least one tip that you can implement right away to start shrinking that waist and feeling better immediately. So let's talk about the luteal phase. So if you don't know what the luteal phase is, it's that phase where if the egg was not fertilized, then your body's going to begin to prepare to release it. So the luteal phase is right before the bleeding phase, right before your period. Okay, this typically lasts about 12 to 16 days, and we like to refer to it as fall because remember, the follicular phase was spring, ovulation is summer, and now we are in fall. The bleeding phase is referred to as winter. So estrogen and testosterone will start to decline. But don't worry, estrogen will make a little sneak peek back in about a week. It's going to rise a little bit. But progesterone will start to gradually rise, and it is a heat inducing hormone, right? So it's going to raise your basal temperature. This is usually tracked by women who are trying to get pregnant, and they check their temperature to know that they have ovulated. So you should also think of the luteal phase as having two phases within the one phase, right? So it's the first week and the second week. You might, in the first week, you're likely still riding pretty high from the estrogen and testosterone from the last two phases. But as progesterone levels start to increase, as you get closer to your period, you're going to start to wind down. You won't be as social as you were in the first half. So you'll find that you kind of want to stay in more and be in your own space, and that's okay. That's because progesterone is a natural sleep aid and anti-anxiety hormone. So you'll find that it's kind of like your body's own Valium. So let's maximize on that, right? This makes this phase a great time for nesting, staying in, organizing your home or your office, taking care of your to-do list. During this phase, your brain is going to be paying more attention to detail, right? So it's a great time for bookkeeping, balancing that checkbook, taking care of your profit and loss statements, or making sure you're ready for tax season because you're really going to be paying attention to detail now. Now, during that second week of the luteal phase, your estrogen will rise again slightly, just enough for the uterine lining to form if there was a pregnancy. If there wasn't a pregnancy, estrogen and progesterone are going to drop and move you into the bleeding phase. So this second week is likely, well, not likely, it's been shown to be very difficult for some women, but it doesn't have to be. I'm going to tell you how. But it's become known to be the notorious PMS week. You may experience bloating, headache, moodiness, carb cravings, like comforting carb cravings. But not giving into those carb cravings, and I'm going to tell you how to avoid them and pick better options, can prevent some of those severe PMS symptoms. So, but this is a great week, this last week before your period. It's a great week to clear your calendar of social events and visitors because you're going to want to conserve your energy. It's important to practice really good self-care during this last phase. So do something like getting a massage or taking a hot bath. Now, remember, progesterone's dipping now, so that natural sleep aid is no longer around. So putting stuff like lavender oil in your bath or lavender aromatherapy bubble bath or lavender soap or lavender spray on your pillows are really great. You really want to take the time to create that safe space, that sanctuary, because this is a time for relaxing and nourishing, right? You want to enjoy comfort foods that won't disrupt your blood sugar. It is so important to keep your blood sugar balanced right now because that is what contributes to those PMS symptoms. So something like a butternut squash soup. I recommend making it with bone broth because bone broth, it heals leaky gut and it helps with achy joints and dry skin. But the warmth of the soup it'll help soothe you. Coupled with the thickness and the natural sweetness of the butternut squash will satisfy that carb cravings and give you that comfort feeling that you're looking for. And that's not going to raise your blood sugar. You want to enjoy something like gentle yoga, yin yoga, restorative yoga. right? Taking the liberty during this phase to go to bed earlier and stay in bed a little later. This phase should be looked at again as a time of relaxing and nourishing yourself so that when that energy kicks back up in that next phase, that you're ready to go. Because remember, your energy starts to kick back up the first day of your period, right? So the first day of your period, it'll be testosterone and estrogen are a little low, but they start to ramp up a little bit each day, getting closer to ovulation. So if you take this week before your period to really relax and nourish yourself, when that energy kicks back in, you are going to be ready to go. This is not a time to prioritize care for other people if you can. It is time to take care of you to minimize physical or emotional symptoms. That will also help minimize PMS. Now, some of us don't have the luxury of doing that, but it is 100% okay for you to ask the people that you show up for every day to show up for you this week. It is normal that your hormones will cascade a bit. It's normal for you to have some emotional symptoms, but you can minimize that by asking those that you show up for to show up for you this week and give you the space to wind down, relax, nourish, and restore so that you can pour from a full cup when it's time to take care of them. Remember, it is so important to keep that blood sugar balance because the dip in progesterone can make your blood sugar dip even lower, which is going to contribute to those emotional PMS symptoms. Anxiety, right? So getting your blood sugar out of balance is having stuff like high sugar or high glycemic index foods, right? High sugar processed foods. That's going to throw that blood sugar through the roof and then it's going to dip right back down. That's an example of blood sugar imbalance. That's why you want to opt for foods that are going to keep comforting foods that are going to keep the blood sugar balance. That's why I recommended the butternut squash recipe, right? Allowing that blood sugar to get all over the place and consuming foods that contribute to that is what contributes to those PMS symptoms. Not prioritizing your self-care, your relaxing, your nourishing time, doing gentle yoga so that you can release, right? Going to bed earlier, getting proper rest. Those are going to contribute to those PMS symptoms. So that's how you minimize those. It's helpful to eat foods that support progesterone production during this time when it tends to be even lower for women. So foods high in vitamin C, like oranges, peppers, and grapefruit, as well as foods high in vitamin B6, like salmon or bananas and walnuts. Additionally, nutrients like zinc and magnesium can also help promote progesterone production. So remember, this last week before your period, you want to really wind down and take care of yourself. It is normal for you to not feel like being social this week. That's okay. Do not allow someone to make you feel like you're hormonal and crazy because you don't want to be around anyone right now. That's okay. Prioritize your self care. Keep that blood sugar balance and take care of you. Until next time, ciao.